Good evening, comrades. Good day, comrades. This is Comrade Edward. I want to make something clear here. Uh, from the beginning of this revolution, if not to the fact that I have been in prison and I have heard from Siseko's mouth saying that Dr. Ayaba told him about the mechanism of getting out of La Republique successfully. Mr. Siseko Ayok Tabi said it with his mouth that Dr. Cho Ayaba told him before this war escalated to where it is today. What Mr. Cho Ayaba told Mr. Siseko Ayok Tabi was the mechanism that Mr. Cho Ayaba has been using since then until now, educating all the Ambazonians. But Mr. Siseko did not believe and did not accept what Dr. Cho Ayaba told him. Siseko told me and other prisoners exactly what I'm telling you then when I was in prison. Okay. The truth is a mistake no matter who make it. And when you are ignorant, the best thing for you to do is to learn and accept mistakes. If Siseko knew, he would have warmly embraced the mechanism that Mr. Cho Ayaba gave him back then. Mr. Cho Ayaba knew that they have chosen Siseko as the president of Ambazonia. But the proposal that he gave to Siseko and other people, they never thought it will work. And they thought the Ambazonian people would just come out from La Republique like ABC, which that is not the case. So if the Ambazonian people and Siseko embrace the advice from Cho Ayaba back then, we wouldn't have been where we are today. And I'm pretty sure that La République du Cameroon wouldn't have killed too many of us like this. Now, along this revolution, any mistake that Mr. Cho Ayaba has made, he has come to clarify people about the mistakes. Those that he deemed necessary to apologize, he did so. Everybody knows about it. Now, I want to give a clean example about Eric Tato. When Eric Tato realized Sako and Chris Anu were taking the Ambazonian people to the dark road, Eric Tato gradually came out from that group. And Eric Tato said that this group is one of the worst groups that is existing, and he is coming out because he don't want to be a member of people who conspire conspiracy to this struggle. Now, upon all the wrong things that people have done to Cho Ayaba, criticizing him, telling people about he wanted to sell Southern Cameroon oil, telling all terrible things about him, after realizing that Cho Ayaba is the best person, how many of them have come out to make apologies for talking to Dr. Cho Ayaba the way they did? Let's keep that aside. How many of these people have come out to say that, no, I made a mistake, I did something very wrong, I'm apologizing to the people of Ambazonia? Sako has not done so. Chris Ano has not done so. All those people you guys see as leaders has refused to prove to the people of Ambazonia that they are leaders, because they are not leaders by not apologizing to the people of Ambazonia. As I am talking to you today, before then, the interim government led by Sako had more than 3 million followers. So they took advantage and committed several atrocities. Meanwhile, back then, the population of ADF was just about few hundreds. But the ADF people stand their grounds because the united minority with a good mentality will always come to limelight when the right time comes. As we are speaking today, what is the population of the people who belongs to the interim government under Sako? From millions to just few numbers. What is the population of the people who are in collaboration with Chris Anu? From millions just to few numbers. At first, the interim government generated millions. Today, the interim government under Sako or Chris Anu, they are not able to generate 5 million CFA francs. But as I'm talking to you today, what is the population of the ADF and what is the financial capacity? This is to tell you that this revolution has been going as planned based on the ADF and their mechanism. No matter what happens, the ADF has a mechanism that has to take this struggle to the end. And I'm stating it very clear that the ADF will not collaborate with any group that has lasted in this revolution for the past 5 years. Any group or any person that thinks that the ADF is the right group to follow, you are highly welcome. You are highly welcome. We have all observed ADF since this struggle began, and we have all observed other groups and their frustration and the way they have misled people on the ground. Now, most people know the ADF. The Ambazonian people have a black face based on this struggle because of what the interim government has did under Sako, the interim government under Marianta, the interim government under Chris Anu. People are looking for ways to blackmail ADF. It's not today they started. It is not today they started. And they will quit one after the other. And they will choose the right side. Anybody who quit and refuse to say that the ADF is the right way, that person will come to say it in the future. I've seen so many people who have quitted. They quitted from the interim government. They have quit from so many branches. They are ashamed to say that the ADF is the right group. They will come out. Realizing yourself and coming to the right group is one of the best things we can do and come out from this struggle as soon as possible. I'm just from condemning one guy from Konenge prison who used to tell me that the interim government is the best. The guy have spoken to me recently and I told him, did you remember what you used to tell me? Now, if you see that the interim government is the worst, say it out and then join the ADF. That is how it's going to work. To anybody who thinks that the interim government is going to collaborate with somebody, that person is lying. You want to collaborate with ADF based on their output and their performance and the future of ADF, you are highly welcome. Yes, Mr. Cho Ayaba didn't work with them because they are supposed to work with Cho Ayaba, not Cho Ayaba working with them. That is why I made this video that I just dropped into the group. That is why I made this video, because Mr. Cho Ayaba came with the mechanism which is the best for the revolution, and you did not expect him to abandon the best system and the best idea to follow people who have secondary ideas. Those people had the ideas for independence, but it was not the best. So somebody was supposed to work with somebody. The question is, was Cho Ayaba supposed to work with them based on the ideology, or they were supposed to work with Cho Ayaba based on his ideology?
Chris Messner, so you're going to put all this list of these people that Dr. Ayaba did not try enough. Why should he try enough to talk to them? They have to come, and if they want Ambazonia to be free, they are the ones that made this interim government. All those interim government, most of these people were in the interim government. They were the one who tried enough to get Ayaba out of that mess. You people got him out and decided to go and create interim government. And why would Ayaba come and be begging them instead of them to come to Ayaba and apologize and say, oh, we did a mistake and now let's work together? So you want Ayaba to crawl and go back to them. You all are very selfish. You all don't mean the goodness of Ambazonian from what you are saying. Make Ayaba go and be talking to them. Those people that had the most money, everything, Ebini there was talking to Dr. Ayaba, they refuse. All these people that you call like this, they had nothing to do with AGOFC. They went and created all this army to come and be talking bad about AGOFC and this thing. And then now you want Ayaba again. They are the ones who come and apologize and put everything, all of them like that. Put them, all them sit together and talk among themselves. They take that their conference and then they come now to Ayaba and the AGOFC and the ADF and apologize. You hear? Ayaba is not going to go there and begging them. It will not. If he call them one time to come, if they don't want to come, they should stay. It's all our country. We are all fighting for the freedom of the country. If they don't want it, let them stay. Let the ones that will try and to do it, let them do it. It's too much. It's too much. All these tribalistic people, all of them, they're all also into their heads. Everything is them. It's not going to work. We want genuine people to work for us, for Ambaland. Genuine people will go. All those ones that are there, they're all what do they call them, nepotism or whatever, we will not want them. We will not. Those that are genuine will come, will walk and come and talk. If they're not genuine, they're going to stay where they are. Yes, that's how it's going to be. It's too much. It's too much. Go tell them, call them, tell them that they should go and sit for their meeting. They should ready to apologize to the Ambazonian people for what they did. That most of our people, children died is because of all those people that you calling them like that. Let them apologize and then come to AGOFC and Akangwa and apologize of all what they said about these people. Yeah, before we know that they are genuine. Yes, man, Najella, I've said it.
Yes, Sir Mensa. Too many people are not with the Sako group. Not that they were not with the Sako group. They were with the Sako group. And we all understand that based on the frustration that the Sako group have given to them, the IG have given to them, it has discouraged them to an extent that they don't know exactly what to do. But the best thing to do is to look for the right group and follow instead of standing, because the Ambazonian struggle is still waiting for everybody. And no matter how you stand, you are still going to look for a side, because the Ambazonian people is our home. Those people who are floating now is because of the atrocity, the disaster that the interim government has caused on the Ambazonian people and their money with their future. So I am struggling as well as you should be struggling, as well as we should be struggling to mobilize all the people under the ADF that is not going to fail and that has not failed. Now, our responsibility is to keep encouraging those that are discouraged based on the past predicament from interim government and so on and so forth. That is one of our main objectives, encouraging them to start back, encouraging them to contribute, because we need them. We need them more than ever before. It is just by nature that it has to unfold like this. Too many people are discouraged, too many people are frustrated, but this struggle still needs all of them. So, Sir Mensa, I really thank you for your contribution and your ideas, but you want to bear with me that the ADF has the right mechanism and has the right idea and has the right face within the international community, so long as the Ambazonian struggle is concerned. Cho Hayaba has done a lot. I have done a lot. You have done a lot. Without me, ADF continue. Without you, ADF continue. Without Cho Hayaba, ADF continue with the same ideology. With the same ideology. This is what we all should be looking at. This is what we all should be looking at. Struggling to tell people, look, contributing to the interim government and giving your time to them and then they frustrate you was not a bad idea. But it's going to be a funny idea if you stand out of the struggle, if you try to stand out of the struggle, because as an Ambazonian, it's practically impossible to stand out of the revolution when we have not finished what we started, when we have not gotten our independence.
See, Mr. Edward, what you are saying is the truth. And we cannot push people, we cannot force people to tell them to come to AGOFC. The thing is gradually education. We have to talk to them. But Mensa is talking as if the AGOFC, they've refused to get people. No, we are talking. People like us, we are talking. Somebody like me, I go and try to convince people. And there are some people that have gotten into AGOFC through me, even though I don't talk. but they were the interim government. But that's how you talk to so many. Does he know how many people we've talked to? Gradually, they'll find the truth, and that's gradually they'll come. But you just have to continue the education. I don't know what means now, what he wants. That's why I'm telling him that let him go and be talking to those other people. Let him go there since he thinks that is easy after they've been brainwashed most of our people. Let him go there and try to talk to them to tell them to come to AGOFC, to tell them get that mobilization to bring them over. He cannot just be telling, AGOFC is not doing this, AGOFC is not doing this. What does he want AGOFC to do? AGOFC is opened. AGOFC is opened. So it's left for the people to come and join. So he wants to put it as if it's AGOFC's fault. No. And that is the reason why you see me, I get so angry. Because they know the truth, but they don't want to follow the truth. They don't want to accept the truth. And so, Mr. Messner, I'm telling you, if you say, yeah, let go and mobilize the people, tell them to come to AGOFC, tell your people, whoever you've brought, or you tell them to come. If they refuse them, then that's when you're going to be talking here and there, here and there. But you haven't told them to come. Even some self will come and it's just to come and gossip, come and sit and criticize. When they come in to mobilize to come and put in money so we get the work done. Let them put in money and see what AGOFC is doing to get the work done. Yeah, not to just come and sit and criticize. That is not what would mean mobilizing or get people to be involved. People who are contributors for our cause, those are the type of people we want to come and then help the AGOFC to get our people free. Yes.
Comrade Messner. It's public knowledge. The Ambazonian Governing Council will not be wasting its time anymore to begin to explain and justify itself. It's public knowledge. Press statements have been put out. Flyers, posters have been put out. Press releases have been put out. Every time AGOFC leadership calls for a meeting, a bilateral meeting, or a summit with other movements, AGOFC is the only movement that has done that. In 2022 alone, AGOFC participated in a summit organized by Team Act. AGOFC went and participated. AGOFC had a summit with APLM in Ireland, a summit with IGK in Belgium, a summit with a consortium for bilateral discussions in building a way forward. Is there any other of the so-called movements and leaders that has ever invited another movement or leader for a retreat, for a summit, to say, let's sit down and talk and figure out how we can work together? You guys think this issue is some little public debate where everybody's opinion count? No. Movements, decisions about collaboration, these political decisions about collaboration, about working together, are done by leaders and movements of those leaders. It's not a public debate. It's not a public opinion. Gone are the days where everybody is a leader. Gone are the days where every movement has a voice. Infiltrators have been identified. Collaborators have exposed themselves. Scammers, financial opportunists, they have all exposed themselves. Not everybody has the intention for Ambazonia. Everything has been exposed. The international community has made it very clear to the Ambazonian people. The issue of leadership in the Ambazonian liberation struggle has been settled.
October 1, 2020, settled the issue of leadership on the ground in terms of consequentiality. October 1, 2021, settled that issue. October 1, 2022, settled the issue of who is who on the ground. This is an armed conflict. It's not a social agitation where everybody is a leader. In the diaspora, we have seen movements that are engaged in inspiring, educating, and keeping our people focused, versus those that intend to poison the minds of our people. We know movements that spend their time to build cohesion on the ground, versus those that spend their time to cause the killings of fighters on the ground. In communication, we have stabilized our social media space and the communication on the ground, and end the intoxication of our population on the ground. These issues have been settled. So let's have discussions about how to support what is working, what has stood the test of time. Everybody has the right for political association. Movements have the right to choose those whose actions, behaviors, utterances, articulations, policy positions aligns with the people's aspirations, and their conduct, it's in line with other movements. That's how you build collaboration.